All right. 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 Nobody was in, I wasn't showing my face on regular public, but this is one exception. So I can explain things that just transpired here. All right. All right, fam. All right, fam. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. A lot of you, you haven't seen me in three, 3 or 4 weeks, right? So, but I'm here. I'm here. Give everybody a opportunity to get logged in. How are you today? I'm here. I'm here, Sister TG. I'm here. I'm here. I saw you say, what did I miss? I'm giving everybody an opportunity to get logged in. And I'm actually proud of myself because I wasn't this person 10 years ago. I was not this person. And as everyone gets logged in, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, even as we're starting. Well, basically, when I woke up this morning, I felt pain in my chest, and so I guess I need to back up and tell the truth and whole truth. I went to bed last night at 8:30. 8:30. Right in the middle of Usher's performance and halftime. The score was 10-0. I went to bed at exactly about 8:30. And I went to bed because today was a fasting day for me. This is kind of I'm telling you all of my personal business so you can get the drift of it. Um, I slept on the floor. I sleep on the floor from time to time because it's where I can stretch out my back and I can really meditate the best when I'm sleeping on the floor. And I think I was sleeping on my stomach and I was sleeping on my chest. And I think a little chest compression. So I was like, okay, I woke up this morning, like the chest is hurting, but is it getting worse? And no, and I rubbed it and it was hurting. So I said, okay, we'll see that through. Eventually, I come downstairs and I take my blood pressure at about 2. Whatever time we went, 2 or 3 o'clock. I got a machine right here. I take my blood pressure every day. And the blood pressure machine said 190/90. I freaked out. Now, if I just would have taken a moment, I would have been able to see two things we did last. One, we cooked the jerk chicken and jerk ribs. I usually only use 2 tablespoons of jerk on the ribs. I decided I was going to try to make it. I was going to use the whole little jar because I cooked for 2 families last night. 2 families I catered their Super Bowl party. One you guys saw, my friend Mike, who's had a bad stroke, but he loves my food. What I failed to remember was that I ate the jerk chicken and jerk ribs last night. I remind you, and I went to bed at 8:30 p.m. knocked out sleep. So I actually went to bed with a lot of high salt content in me. Plus, I ate dinner early because I knew that I was going to get up early on Monday morning and begin my meditation and devotion, which I did, but I had this pain in my chest. So the pain in the chest didn't get worse. I noticed symptoms of heart attack or whatever like that. But then when I saw the blood pressure was my blood pressure normal right now is 130/75. That's where I'm at. So you can imagine. Now, because I take my blood pressure every day, I can pinpoint foods that spike my blood pressure. I pinpoint it. And the bottom line is I'm good, Will. That's why I didn't call you, Will. I didn't want you to be on the next thing smoking out of Chicago. All right. So I'm explaining to everybody what happened. So about 2:30 or so, I see that high blood pressure, and I felt just to sit down. All I had to do was sit down for a minute and just say, "What did you eat?" What was it? The last thing I ate was that jerk chicken. That jerk season has a lot of sodium in it, and I ate a lot of it last night. And I need to flush out my system with water. Okay, but because my chest was already hurting, and the lady says, "Well, did you lift anything?" And I was like, "You know what?" I said, "Because I make deliveries, and so you may have just lifted something." And I was explaining to no lightheadedness, no lightheadedness. I was explaining to my sons. I says, at my age, guys, I got another EKG thing on me somewhere. Oh, okay. At my age, yeah. At my age, I can lift up something today on Monday, and it won't show up until Wednesday or Thursday. Especially with my back or just, and plus I've been lifting weights, and you guys haven't saw me since I did the 30-day. I'm probably I've lost like 5-6 pounds since the last time I went live and y'all saw me. So I'm in the gym, and I don't really work out with weights. I work out with reps. So just getting that Christmas weight up off me. I got another 5 pounds I want to get up off of me. But looking pretty thin right now, back into my my waist size really didn't go up. So I'm still at 38 waist right now. But the tummy, got to get tummy, all this stuff. So basically, we rush to the hospital. We go in there. My sons have never seen anything like this before. And I know that everywhere I walked in that hospital, whether it was to fill out the registration or went in a room, they were right there with me, and they were not leaving my side. And the doctor told them, "Well, we got to take these x-rays. Can you guys step out for a second?" And they're like, "No, we're not going anywhere." And so I realized you need to talk to them. I says, "Guys, listen, XYZ. I'm not afraid to die. I'm just afraid of leaving you." So I says, "But I'm here because I have matured enough now." And this is where it gets good. I have matured enough now where I understand that these things are not to be played with. So I said I have 2 assumptive narratives, and I'm explaining to. I got assumptive that I pulled the muscle in my chest, assumptive that it was the jerk, but I got 2 assumptives that might have validity towards a stroke or a heart attack. Now, it was explained to me that though everything came EKG, full chest body scan, blood work, everything came back perfect. It did explain to me. However, you still were in danger of having a stroke. And I said, "That's right. So you can't play with it." So that high blood pressure just from eating that much sodium in that jerk chicken, you did put yourself slightly in a risk of having a stroke just by playing with it, y'all. Just by playing with it. I do a lot of things correct as far as taking care of myself. But one meal, and I saw my sister, global style. We're gonna put you on a plant based diet. But yes, Andy, one meal, and it really put things in perspective. One meal has the possibility of creating um, a very harsh environment for my body, and that's what it made me think about. And all it did brought me home to say I'm gonna up my game even more. I've done a lot of positive things of how to balance out different things that I eat, how I season different things. I've done a lot of great things to um, to take care of myself over the last 3 4 years. Um, but there's more work to do. All I did was I just eating some jerk chicken, and also I had some Tostitos with some what's that what's that dip? The dip with the tomatoes. What's that? Whatever that dip is called. That's high in sodium. So the Tostitos chips and then the salsa. I had a lot of salt intake last night, and I just wasn't thinking. I just was thinking about having a good time with my family and preparing Super Bowl meals for two families. That's and as I told you, I went to bed at halftime. When I went to bed, San Francisco was winning 10-0 because I watched the majority of the Usher performance, and then I cut it off maybe like halfway through. I know I went to bed at 8:30. They stayed up and watched the game because I was more looking forward to getting up at 5 6 o'clock in the morning so I can, Mondays is my favorite day for devotion and for fasting, and also it's a tradition in the house. The day after Super Bowl, the boys don't have to go to school, and so I know I didn't have to get up and take them to school because they get 4 days a year for mental health break days. They can tell me anytime, as long as there's no test going on at school or nothing like that. They can pick any 4 days out of the school year, and I let them stay home, and it has worked beautifully. So I am fine. The good thing is that I am healthy, but I'm also, I want to give myself this much. I felt like I was responsible. I felt like for one of the first times in my life, I felt totally responsible. I literally got in the car. The hospital is literally 5 minutes away. Drove to the hospital. Said, "Okay, guys, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're not going to play with this, and we're going to just see what it is. They're going to run a series of tests, and who knows? Who knows? You see, sometimes when you go to the hospital, you may go in there and you may say, "Oh, my chest hurt." But by the time they do those X-rays and things of that nature, they may say, "Oh, you know what? You got a clogged artery. You came in here for one thing, but you got a clogged artery. We need to do surgery on you ASAP." That could have very well been the case. Okay. And so I was mentally preparing them on what the next step was. So Sister TG getting on me. Salsa is super high in sodium. So are those Tostitos. That in itself was too much sodium. Even without the jerk chicken, that was overkill. I know y'all go ahead and punch me and beat me up. I apologize to you. I apologize to this community. I apologize. I apologize. But I think I just would say, just in that moment, yesterday, I just was free as a bird and just excited. Like I put my guards down. I put my guards down for one day, Andy, for one day. What everything I did yesterday was all about. I was excited to cook for the two families I provided food for. I just was super excited that people would literally just run me down and please cook Super Bowl food for us. This is what we want. And one of the clients paid me double for the food. because I had told these two families, Mike and I told this other family, and they said, I want you to cook me some food. I want you to cook me some food. And it says, how much you going to charge me? I told both of them the same thing. I says, tell me what you want, and then you tell me what it's worth to you. And whatever you decide it's worth to you, that's what you're going to pay me. And the one wife was going, Israel, you got to charge us something. I says, I am charging you. I'm charging you according to what you feel it's worth. And they both, one paid me double. So, oh, all right. Thank you, Sister TG. I receive it. I receive it. So, I want to get on here live and share with everyone real time what just happened. And so my sons were like, who do we call? Do we call Auntie Sharon? Do we call Sharon? Shanteri's my daughter. My sister Sharon is the oldest in the family. And I says, no, because I just don't want them to run here. I just keep people in place. And I called immediate individuals and let them know, but I'm coming to the family. This is the year of transparency for me. That's why I went live as they were getting ready to shout out. So by the way, if you go into the hospital with chest pains, the doctor says typically we keep you overnight just so the cardiologist can see you in the morning. But everything came back. The blood pressure, even while I was there, the blood pressure went down from 190. I think the last reading was like 140 something over 80. But my normal blood pressure is 130 over 75. Now, the 149 out of 80, I think it was the last one she had, that is what it looks like when it spikes. That was a spiked blood pressure. And all I needed to do was be able to, just in that moment, I went. So I don't regret it. I have insurance. I don't regret it. And I was like, really like, wow. But I had a chance to talk to my sons. And I let them know. I says, hey guys, we good. And after it was over, we gave each other fist bumps. So your father is extremely healthy. I'm very healthy because I says I do. So Caleb was like, he says, oh, that's why you don't eat white potatoes. That's why you don't eat sweet potatoes. That's why you don't eat a lot of the pasta you cook. We eat it, but you don't. Yes, I eat it sometimes. But no, I can't afford to. It's a different ball game when you're 53. It's a different ball game, actually, really, after you turn 35. That's when I think it's after 30 that your metabolism the moment your metabolism starts slowing down, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. And I just had a childhood friend tell me maybe 3 days ago about how, there's sometimes he pee on himself. He's 48. He pee on himself. I said, what you talking about? He said, my bladder weak, man. And he says, sometimes, man, I got to be close to the bathroom, man, because I pee all on myself, man. He said he had went to the store, was going upstairs to go to the bathroom. Why you ain't go to the bathroom first floor? He said, let me tell the story, Israel. I'm going upstairs, and I got halfway upstairs going to the bathroom, and he had peed on himself. And he's a 48-year-old man. I'm just like, man, damn. Our bodies start to weaken on us, especially when we get up there 45, 50 years old. And I drink a lot of water. And sometimes I'm way out west. I'm like, Lord, at least I'm thankful that type of situation is not happening. So I want everybody to know I was responsible. I had chest pain, blood pressure through the roof. I'm glad I went. I also would just like, I really do. I want to thank the young lady that I was engaged to, Kashira. She is really the one that sowed that seed in me, because she's a big health person. And she is the one that really taught me, don't play with it. That was her thing. Don't play with it when it comes to health. And um and just so happens I was in a emergency room next to a guy, another black guy, who had just had a seizure at work. He had a seizure at work. Okay. And guess why he had a seizure? He had to tell them doctors. He said because he missed one dosage of his medication. And he literally fell out of his chair at work. He about my age, bust his head open. And now his wife and his wife's sister was in there. So I'm glad I'm okay too. I'm glad for each of you that have ever shared dietary stuff with me. I'm in a grateful mood. Um uh but I do want to I the one person that I had thought about was that's you guys never met her, but I had thought about she's constantly constantly on me about health stuff. And this time it paid off, even though her and I don't even talking anymore. It constantly paid off because I just said, don't play with it. Go to the hospital. Go to the hospital and get checked out and make sure everything is everything. And everything was everything. And the man that was right across from me came in there. They brought him on a stretcher. And then his wife came and she came. Watch this. He ran out of the medication. I heard him talking through the curtain. He ran out of the medication yesterday. Oh, the day before yesterday, he had one pill. He supposed to take them 2 times a day. So because he run out of the medication, he took one yesterday and one today. And his wife had picked up the medication for him today. She brought it to the hospital. So he missed doses. He was trying to stretch the last little bit because I've done the same thing. He was trying to stretch the medicine instead of taking it the way it was supposed to. And this is the same thing that happened to Kashara's father. Same exact thing. Same thing happened to my brother. Just miss the medication one freaking time. And once you get on these medications, you are a slave to them. There's no doubt about it. Sister TG said, "Oh wow, um, I'm okay. I'm okay." Well, I remember I accidentally overdosed a couple of times, and I woke up sweating, heart racing, my body shaking violently. Wow, wow, overdosed on insulin. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Miguel. You've been through a lot. So this broadcast is more about me coming on here and letting you guys see me face to face. As you can see, I'm not bald anymore. Hair's grown back and the whole nine. And give another month, the beard will be fully out there. Um, and that's really that. That's really that. And XYZ. That's really what it was. That's really what it was. So especially to us men, if you think something is wrong, um, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Go get yourself checked out. Go get yourself checked out. But we have to make lifestyle changes. It's not optional. And I'm going to say I'm very happy with the lifestyle changes I have made and the consciousness that I have towards my health now. Because I did 10 years ago, I was explaining to the boys in the hospital. I said 10 years ago, guys, when your father was making $45,000, $50,000 a month, you were much younger. I would have saw that high blood pressure and just kept going. That's how naive and dumb I was about the reality of life, about real life. Just that naive that you getting ready to have a stroke or a heart attack at any moment, because you're putting money first. I don't do that anymore. I mean what I say, and I mean what I teach. Love is first in all things. Love and forgiveness is first in all things. Because you know what? Christ said something that I'm not sure if anybody else caught that revelation. He said that forgiveness and love are intertwined. They are not separate. They are not separate. They are intertwined with one another. To him that has been forgiven of much, loves much. But to him that forgives little, loves little. And I have never known that powerful revelation until I started living it. The love effect in me went up 1,000% when I was willing to forgive. Don't hold on to any type of anger, vitriol, or unforgiveness if you desire to walk in love. If you desire to walk in love. So one of the nurses came in there and she asked me, well, I wish Joshua was here. Joshua, Caleb, what did that one nurse ask me about Christianity? What did she say? Oh, because I said something to the effect that I'm teaching my sons that it's all about love. She says, "Oh, that's right." She says, "Are you?" Because she says, "Oh," she asked me, "Oh, are you a Christian?" And what did I say, Joshua? I said, "No, I'm not a Christian." Well, and then what was said? No, after she left, you're right, Will. I got it all right here. I got it all right here. Remember, I was fasting today, so I didn't put two and two. I made a lot of mistakes today, Will. I wasn't drinking water because I was fasting from food and water, not realizing all that sodium from last night was just sitting in me. And it sat in me till like 2 or 3 o'clock because I fasted all morning. And so all that salt was just sitting in me. I should have been on that water a long time ago. Plus, I went to bed with all that sodium in me. And but I was explaining to, I says, Joshua, Caleb, do you know why? Do you know why I told her I wasn't a Christian? And they said, oh, yes, Daddy. And I'm gonna let him tell you. Why and why did I tell her I wasn't a Christian, Joshua? Because religion isn't real. It's fake and it's a way to manipulate people. If you think they're not paying attention to these lives, y'all crazy. They might be in the other room, but y'all crazy. Imagine us having that mindset. If we had understood that when we were 11, 12 years old, we would be in a whole, and that you don't need to be in a religion to have a relationship with God. Is that correct? You don't have to be a Baptist, a Methodist, a Catholic, a Pentecostal. You don't need to label yourself as a Christian or a believer. You just need to be a part of the kingdom of God. That is how you establish a relationship. And the kingdom of God is all about love. It's about love. You got to learn how to love and forgive. And Will, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And my buddy from Chicago, my brother from Chicago, Albert. He says, yeah. He said, it looks like we're gonna be eating some more salads. And I'm like, yeah, I think so, bro. I think so. We're gonna be eating some more salads for sure. Um, and I think we're gonna I just if my sister Global Sylvia is on here, I don't think you're too far off there because the bottom line is I played with it. It's like all of my hard work of all the adjustments I have made in my life, I go, yay. But see, if I was doing probably 90% plant-based, maybe I wouldn't even put myself at risk like that. I mean, we just need to keep it real because I do respect the fact that I'm 53. I respect it. I respect it. Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't tell about the kingdom. I didn't tell about the kingdom, TG. I just told her I'm not a Christian. She asked me, and then I says, "Yeah, I'm raising my sons on how to love." And she said, "You sure you're not a believer?" I says, "No." Not at all. And if you guys, I'm just telling, this is how it goes in my real life. Like, nope. What did I tell you guys? I don't involve myself in any type of religious entanglements, no type of biblical conversations whatsoever, at all, at all. At I can see two people talking about the word of God. I won't even get engaged. You go right ahead on. You go right ahead on because you do have to come to the place to understand what Christianity represents in America. And if you ain't got that far, you ain't there yet. What Christianity represents in America is completely diabolical. It's completely demonic. It is completely a narrative to control you and to manipulate you. And we could get into that conversation, and we could basically just start with the fact that you believe that there are only 66 books of the Bible. And then they conveniently take out books from the Bible and say, well, this is your new Bible. This is your new Bible. And you actually believe that there are only 66 books in the Bible, when the Bible itself mentions 22 books that are not in there, not even counting the ones that they took out. Okay? And number two, the oldest Bible that we know of is in Africa. It's in Ethiopia, which has all of the books that they took out. Now, all of this information is available out there now because they can't hold it back from you. But the more that you allow Western Christianity to control your narrative of how you see yourself in Christ, the blinder you are. The blinder you are. When the man first came into the hospital, Will said, amen, I had someone come up to me and talk about the gospel and lay hands on me in prayer while at work. And Will said, rapid hair growth, especially at the age of 45, is a sign of really good health. You good, coach? Always with you. Yeah, man. Everything grows fast. The hair, nails. And like I said, if I stand up for you guys can see I've lost 5 pounds, but it looks like I've lost more. But so you guys can LC just I'm getting it back tight and right. And I just was from Christmas, because at Christmas I had put on like 8-9 pounds from all that food that I was cooking. So I've just been in the background working hard, getting my walks in. Like I said, I lift light weights, but I do reps and go in the weight room and doing my fasting and my praying and really focused, really focused. And yeah, that is a blessing. My hair grow back. I got my hair cut like, what was it, 13, 14 days ago, something like that. And poof, the magic dragon. And that was a good cleansing, by the way. That was a cleansing. I had to get rid of the avatar and just be transparent and look Israel in the mirror. Next week, I will be starting a new Bible study series in the book of 2nd of Baruch. You can learn a lot. But that's just it. And I teach that and I live that. I know that Western Christianity is a complete lie. And if you allow Western Christianity to control your narrative of what you consider the Bible, you're in trouble. You're in serious trouble. And the bottom line is this: no matter where you go, Jesus did not preach church. Jesus preached the kingdom. He preached the kingdom of God. What is a kingdom? A kingdom is a government. What is a kingdom? A kingdom has a king who's over a specific territory. What is a lord? A lord is someone who has authority over a territory. In order for you to be saved, you must confess that what? Jesus is what? Lord. He is your Lord is another word for master. And you are his servant. The kingdom is a government. What does a government do? A government governs the people who are part of its kingdom. Governments establish culture through what? Laws. Through what? A constitution. I've been teaching this for years. The word of God is a constitution. It is a law that those of us who are of the kingdom, we practice these laws. Why? So that we can get the benefits of the kingdom. If you are a U.S. citizen, you're part of this kingdom. Someone who is from, someone who's from Africa can't come here and get free health care. So, until they become a citizen. But you can. You can get government assistance. The reason I'm laughing is because they just gave away $50 million in New York to migrants in food stamps, and people from Ukraine are allowed to come here and get food stamps. So I'm looking for the thin line to try to explain that as far as how that really works. But you do get the drift of what I'm saying. If you're not a part of the kingdom of Jamaica or Africa or one of those nations, you have a certain amount of time you can stay there before you have to leave, and then you can come back. So whatever that time frame is, like in what's that place down there? There's a Spanish place. I can't think. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a place where even if you buy a house there, you have to leave for, I think, 48 hours every 6 months. So a lot of people leave, come to the American side of the border, check in, and then they go back to their houses in Costa Rica. I'm not sure if you guys know that, but that's how that particular country works. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. I want to share that with you. So I want you to know, yes, the nurse asked me, was I a Christian? I told her no. And the reason I stand strong on that, because that's in front of my boys. And when she left, I said, you guys know why I told that. They explained it perfectly, because we understand that Christianity is a religion, and you don't need religion to serve God. You don't need to be part of a Baptist or a Methodist to serve God. You need to have a relation. This coming out of my 12 and 15-year-old mouth. And I'm very proud of what we have accomplished in laying down the foundation for them to have a relationship with God. Does everybody understand what I'm saying to you? Okay. So just a brief recap for everybody. We went to the emergency room and I'm going to do everything you said, Will. I got the water on deck right now, because if you look at it, okay, let's look at it this way. Basically, the enemy tried to set me up. If we want to get spiritual about this, the enemy tried to set me up. He tried to set me up. He tried to, I put down my guard for 1 minute. The enemy tried to set me up. Monday is my fasting day. I went at 8:30 p.m. last night. I didn't watch the whole Super Bowl. If you want to know when you're getting older, that's when you know. Yeah, whoever wins, wins. Okay. And Usher, I'm happy for you. And I know I was going to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I got up earlier than that. Actually, I got up like 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. I know I was planning on fasting. Usually, if I get about 4 o'clock in the morning, I was planning on fasting till about noon and then going live. If you guys caught it this morning, I went live this morning about 8:45, 9 a.m. because I was in meditation, I was in prayer, and I had the healing music playing. And so here it is. I got all of this sodium in my body from yesterday and didn't have no water flushing it out. And then I had the nerve to go to sleep at 8:30 last night, and I get up and fast until like 2 o'clock. Look at this, just a disaster. body filled with sodium, blood pressure spiking, and then my chest is kind of hurting. But I'm like, okay, maybe I just slept awkward or something. And then I rushed myself to the hospital and um talking to my sons, talking them through it. If for whatever reason this turns bad, it gets ugly, call XYZ, boom, 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 just in case. But everything's fine. And I realized that I had to talk to them in a very um, in control way, because they had never experienced this. They've never seen me any type of way but standing right up. But they handled themselves well and the whole nine, and we are fine. Every single test came back not just okay, but Mr. Johnson, you're in excellent condition, excellent shape. We checked all of your organs. We did an full chest X-ray on your heart and your organs. You are great. We did a full analysis of your blood work. Now, my doctor's on top of all this stuff. So I think I just got all this stuff done. I just had an EKG and another chest X-ray 2-3 weeks ago. Was it? My doctor is on top of this stuff. And I check my blood pressure every single morning. So I'm like, how in the heck is it close to 190, 200 overnight? My mind just wasn't thinking. My mind wasn't thinking of that. Like, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what was doing it. Okay. So pulled the muscle in my chest from something that I lifted. And because I'm very active, I'm up and down stairs, dropping off packages to people, and I'm in pretty solid shape. Since Christmas, I've lost 5 pounds. I had gained about 8 or 9. Okay, so yes, ma'am. Sister TG said no more cheats for a while. Stay away from prepared processed food. It's loaded with sodium and toxic chemicals. Yes, ma'am. I really will. You ain't gotta tell me twice. You ain't gotta tell me twice, because I'm walking away with that mindset of, you know what? You playing. You like playing, you like kind of playing with fire there. Okay? Act your age and not your shoe size. Okay? I'm glad to be 53 and to know that I'm healthy. And like I said, just childhood friend just telling me he can't hold his bladder. And then I was telling another childhood friend, if I was to go home, my hometown is an hour and a half north of here. If I was, every time somebody die, if I was to go to everybody's funeral, I might as well move back home, because I would be up there every 45 days, because this is the age where, unfortunately, a lot of us are falling off. I spoke to my sons about the statistics that most men in America, in case y'all don't know this, most men in America drop dead between the ages of about 45 to 53. White, black, indifferent, because of the lifestyle and the way we work, we drop dead. And now that number triples when you are a black man. Am I getting any black man's attention on here? That triples. You are 3 times more likely to die of a heart attack or to have a stroke in your 40s if you are a black man. Okay, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. And one of the main reasons is because we don't take it serious. We keep going. We won't do the colon cancer screening. We won't do the what's that other screening that we need to do? Prostate cancer. We just won't do it. My doctor tells me to go do something, I just go do it now. Okay? Okay, triples. And it's a known fact. It's a known fact that men live longer when they are married to a woman, and especially black men. I hate to be telling the truth, but I'm telling the truth because you need somebody in your life who's going to, if you're not going to do it yourself, let me back up. If you're not going to do it yourself, then it's a good idea for you to be married to someone. I'm happy to say I've had some strong influences of people who have helped me get here, but I also got a hell of a doctor. I got a Nigerian doctor. He's a hell of he's out of the Bronx, New York, and he's a hell of a doctor. He's a hell of a doctor, and I appreciate him. I appreciate him very much. I mean, this man run me through every test, every scan, everything. He ain't playing. And I just go do what he say do. And that's why I think we came out successful as well. Um, and because I got a doctor that just go take this test or whatever and do it that way. Okay. So now we rocking. We rocking. We rocking. And I made it my business to go live as they were getting ready to check me out of that hospital and let you guys see. And so somebody will go, see, LC keeping it real. We need to keep it real with ourselves too. If you think something is off, and that just don't go for your physical health, that goes for your mental health, your psychological well-being, your spiritual health, your spiritual health. Okay. If you have unforgiveness and bitterness and animosity and jealousy or whatever that evil spirit that may be trying to attach itself to you, you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. You really do. You really do. And if every day you don't feel like loving harder, you'll know when your spirit is right. You feel like loving and you feel like loving harder. That's another thing that the enemy took advantage of. I was so happy to cook those catering orders for those two families. I was so thrilled and so happy to cook those catering orders for those two families. I love cooking for folks and getting their let them enjoy what I cook. And the reason why Mike came to my house last night because he just couldn't wait. I said, Mike, you gotta let the ribs smoke, man. Yeah. What can I come over there? Mike, Mike, let the ribs. I told you by 6:30, Mike. I want my food. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And he marched his little butt over here, can barely walk. He marched his butt over here and he got his food. And but that's just Mike. Mike loves the food. And I appreciate that he likes the food so much. Okay. So um I got a lot that I could share or talk about. I know a lot of you just happy to see me. A lot of you haven't seen my face in close to a month. You haven't seen my face. And that's why I'm just behind the scenes I'm grinding. Behind the scenes I'm grinding and I'm really really excited about a lot of things that are coming to pass and working on and XYZ. Um there's a lot of things I could talk about. I could talk about I've been doing a lot of research and it makes me so upset. And I know I got a few black women on here. I'm so upset. I've done some in-depth studying on the verdict. Makes me so mad. And this is when black women put relaxers in their hair, and they knew it for the past 20 years that it was causing cervical cancer, it was causing intestinal bleeding, disruptions in your period. They knew that the chemicals in those products, watch this, all because you were trying to straighten out your hair so that it would appear and look more European. You were killing yourself at the same time. And there's a multi-billion-dollar verdict now where any black woman in America who's ever used any type of hair relaxers, What's those things that women get in their hemorrhoids? Not hemorrhoids, thyroids. A lot of the thyroids. Is it thyroids, ladies? Thyroids, hemorrhoids, not the hemorrhoids in your butt, but those things that where they have to remove the cervix in a woman, caused by hair relaxing products. Go look it up, Black ladies. There's a lot of money out there that can be in your pocket right now. If you've ever had surgery for thyroid removal and you use like Dark and Lovely or any of those hair relaxers, they've known it for 20 years that it was killing you and disrupting you. They've been using it. They've been using those products to try to interrupt the Black woman's ability to produce healthy children or to have children altogether. Fibroid tumors. Go look it up. Go look it up, ladies. I have done an in-depth study on I know one of the companies, Dark and Lovely, but it's all of the companies that used to sell the hair relaxing products for Black women. And they were sitting there and was talking about how these products, the poisons in them seep. I'm so mad. Seeps through the Black woman's scalp of her brain, and it seeps down into her organs, and they knew it was affecting her period. It was affecting fibroids and tumors, and she studied relaxing her hair. Somebody don't believe that the war is real. Somebody don't believe that's how serious the war is. That every product that is pushed our way has a Trojan horse in it, designed to kill you slowly but surely, whether that be cigarettes, alcohol, or the cereals, or the McDonald's, or the Burger Kings, specifically designed to feed minorities. So I just want you guys to know that in my private time, I had just done a real major study on that, and it left me enthralled with internal anger and silent rage, because from a male perspective, I've always preferred to date Black women who have natural hair, because first of all, I think it's more appealing, and it is your natural hair, it's you. But all of the alterations to fit into this European society, it's costing us one way or another. It costs us one way every time we try to assimilate to a culture and an institution that is not a part of who we are. We pay the price every single time. Every single time. Every single time. Every single time you compromise yourself. That Black man that was in the hospital with me, he's sitting up there trying to work to make money, to take care of his wife and his family. So his health was not priority. Had a stroke and fell. He had a seizure and fell and bust his head wide open. Couldn't remember nothing. All because he missed the dosage of his medication 2 days in a row. So I'm closing in less than 5 minutes. I'm fine. Just even a higher level of gratitude. And I count it as the enemy. So does birth control and many other prescriptions, yet Western medicine doctors have no problem giving prescriptions for it. Dirty system, and they're still prescribing it. Love of money is the root of all evil. You're 100% correct. I think we got to come from amongst them, and I really do mean that. The body of Christ, those who walk in the kingdom, you got to come from amongst them. You have to come from amongst them because they're killing everything they can kill in the name of profit, in the name of making money. And the more you see it now, we take it personal because it's been done to us for over 400 years. So I understand why I take it so personal, because even if you think you're getting around something, they still come right back on your doorstep. And they still got things that they're doing to try to destroy you. And they are destroying you. Okay. And it's just that simple. And the way I see, for me, my situation today was, I just simply, maybe that's it. Maybe I was doing too good, and I just dropped the ball. I mean, I had a great time. I had a great time. My Super Bowl parties are about love and family. It ain't about nothing else. It's about love. I can tell y'all that hands down. It's about love. It's about love. Everything is about love in this house. It's about love. And boy, I thought we had a good time, but who knew that we were gonna have a good time last night? Okay, I appreciate you, Andy. We had a good time last night. Who knew? Well, so after having a good time, the next day I'm about to have a freaking stroke or a heart attack, possibly, just because of some simple, stupid error on my behalf. Just unconsciously aware. I was so busy thinking about cooking the food for the people. I was excited. I love to serve, and I'm so excited about spending time with God. I went to bed at 8:30. I'm so excited. I said, tomorrow's Monday. That's my day. Yay, 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 yay. And I'm jumping up and down. That's my day. That's my day. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Just to do the right things that I do for myself, not knowing there was a Trojan horse being set up on me. Just a Trojan horse. So let that be a lesson right there. And yeah, I'm gonna go get me some salads. Give me some salads, and just I'm gonna go buy a gallon of alkaline water, and we're gonna be in the bathroom 10 times a day for the next at least 2 to 3 days. 10 times a day. Go get that alkaline water and get some salads, and we gonna flush this crap up out of me, and we gonna go from there. You know what I mean? And we gonna go from there. So I've been on here an hour. I'm gonna log off now. Love you guys to death. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your. You never know. I may go live, may not. I'm chilling, and God bless you. Let's talk soon. Teacher said the chemicals and poison in most food leads you to the doctor to get more chemicals and poison. That's a big one. They're playing us for fools. Well, not us, but most of us. They are. They are. So, guys, stay on guard. Love y'all to death. We'll talk soon. God bless you all.